In this video, I'm gonna show you how I got 12 units on the board with 33 best in slot items as well. Short intro in case you're new here. Hi, I'm a fellow TFT enjoyer just like you, and I've been either Masters or Grandmaster basically every set I've played. So I just make content to help you guys learn a thing or two and improve at TFT. So let's get into the fun stuff right here. So we're kicking it off here with a punk in the shop and the rapid fire on Jinx, so that's really good. But this was actually recorded the last patch, so that's why I didn't pick up that Jinx. So we're playing more for the disco lineup right here, because that comp was really broken last patch. And on this augments, the roll the dice is very important here. It's a really good augment if you wanna like win streak, especially as the first augment. You just get 2 radiant items, which is just crazy. Like, not only the passives of the items are, they're of course really broken, but the raw stats you get from the items is just insane. Like, you get infinite value stat-wise, especially for the early games. It's basically pretty much impossible, unless you have the like worst board of all time, to not get a win streak going with this. Honestly, that was debatably better to put on Cannon, but I figured we'll put on Annie because she's hard damage. But we totally could have put that on Cannon. Might even have done more damage with him. So right here we are just playing a 4 Guardian lineup, and luckily we actually rolled the Ginso, which is perfect since we're, you know, so tanky right here. So this Anne is just gonna stack your attack speed up to infinite, and yeah, we're just gonna win out from there because our front line is, you know, never dying with this 4 Guardian setup, which is perfect. So we could play, you know, Riven here, but I actually decided to put in Gragas because we got in 4 Disco, which is just really good. And we're gonna keep this Cannon for now. He might be like the worst headliner, but in certain spots, you know, even a Cannon can pop off, right? Just because he gives 2 Guardians, right? So on to the first carousel. What I'm really looking for right here is gonna be some item for TF, because that's our late game carry. So pretty much anything that goes with AP is gonna work. But yeah, the items that I looked at, they were taken, so we're just gonna have to settle with a Warmogs. And honestly, Warmogs pretty good in this spot, because as you know, Guardians give a shield based on their HP, and Warmogs just gives infinite raw HP. So that Amumu is gonna give a huge shield to my team right here, which is very good. And we also switched our TG to Cannon, just getting a random Shiv and a random BT. This guy's gonna pop off, as you see. Look at that damage from a Cannon. Holy, that's the Radiant Shiv right there. And we just high roll this Blitz, and you know, Blitz is basically one of the main units in this comp, right? So we're just gonna slam that Radiant TG. It's also a 4 cost, right? So yeah, getting 2, you know, Radiant items on a 4 cost is gonna be really good. And I feel like he's kind of flexible with items. There's not so many items that are useless on him. I mean, he has AP scaling, he works with every tank item. Sure, if you get like some random AD items, that might be a bit awkward, but you know, that's kind of what the Peace Glove is all about. You just hit items or you get some weird ones, but at least the, you know, Blitz works with a lot of items, I feel like. And we got this Echo, that's free Sentinel for us, so we're gonna hold on to that, of course. And we're gonna put that in, and we're also gonna slam Steadfast Heart. It works really good with Warmogs. It's just a powerful item combo. You get really tanky because of how the Steadfast passive works. You know, Warmogs gives a lot of HP. Steadfast, you take less damage when you're above 50% HP. So you see how that combo works out right there. And the only awkward part right now is that we don't really have any AP items, but this augment's gonna solve that for us. You see lucky gloves. It's actually insane here, and I'm gonna explain why. We have a radiant PG on Blitz, right? So basically, not only are we getting best in slot items from our Thieves gloves, like we have on Nami right here, but Blitz will also get BIS on his radiant items on the Rascal gloves. So he's getting 2 Beast tank items, radiant tank item. It's gonna be so powerful, like it's just too much value, right? I mean, getting 1 radiant item, that's even, you know, a prismatic augment. So I basically have 2 prismatics on my 2 prismatic augments on my Blitz, right? If you take that logic, so it's just infinite value. And so that pretty much makes us all really stable. So we're just gonna push this board and slow level up to level 8. Try to maximize our econ for our roll down, hit a random TF, and then send it to 9 or maybe even 10 if we have the chance for it. So even though, how do I say this? If I'm not remembering incorrectly, I believe Lucky Gloves, that augment's actually kinda mid. It's not really that good stat-wise. But in some cases, even a bad augment can be really good if it synergizes really well with your team or your items. Like, sure, it might not have been the best thing stat-wise to pick this Lucky Gloves, but since I have Rascal Gloves, it just becomes S++ here, right? Even though the augment's probably a B tier or something. So sometimes you just gotta, you know, stop looking at stats, stop following meta, and if you see something that has a really good combo, you say, no, screw the stats, I'm gonna do it, because it makes sense in my head, right? It's kind of what I did right here, and it allowed me to basically win streak pretty much the entire game, right? So it's really crazy. Like, I'm even like sitting on a lot of gold here. I'm not rolling to stabilize. My board isn't really necessarily that great, right? Like, sure, I hit a blitz, but other than that, this board is kind of standard. It's nothing too special if we remove the blitz from the equation. So, I mean, this guy's having no chance against me. We have too much frontline. He can never kill this blitz, honestly. So that's just gonna be a free dub for us. So on to the wolves. We basically we just want crit gloves, like that is the dream. So I'm gonna hold on to this glove and you know, fingers crossed we can hit another glove here. So that's just a 3 thieves gloves, which basically mean if we get 2 gloves, we basically get 4 components or 2 items that's best in slot with our augments, right? So it's just double the component value if we get a thieves gloves. So we're really trying to go for that. Like, even a combo like, let's say you have silver Pandoras and you have lucky gloves, could be good, right? Because you can just build all thieves gloves. No, I don't recommend you maybe do that every game, but I'm sure there's like some spots where that's really good. This idea I got right now. And since we're basically 100 HP, this is just the perfect spot to take golden egg. It just gives us the highest chance to get a win out from this spot. This augment's really like first or 8th, but if you have a strong board, you have a lot of HP, you're pretty much guaranteed to get this cash out. So in this spot, I see no reason to take any other augment than golden egg, really. We got some pretty good different options as well, but I feel like this just has to be the play. So now we pretty much are expected to lose some rounds. So I'm gonna start to, you know, level up and roll a bit more aggressively, so we ensure we get some wins, so we are able to get this golden egg cash out. So that's why I leveled up there. Just put in a random unit. Who knows? Might win the fight, might not. But honestly, the few gold we lose, it's like worth to lose that gold for a small chance of having a stronger board and maybe winning another fight, right? So for now we have all of these tank items on Gragas, right? And you know, it's not ideal, but he's only a, you know, item holder. We're playing him for now. And we're gonna change that to Ilaoi for a fresh, for a sack. Basically in that order is the way I would itemize it. And yeah, we actually lost this round right here. You know, the guy had an Akali, so can I counter my board? I have this backline, frontline board, and he used to be able to one-shot my carry. Then I'm basically out of all my damage, so kinda makes sense that I lost there. Maybe I should scout it a bit more. But hey, what you gonna do? So here we just got a sparing gloves. I don't even mind that it's on a 1 cost. I'm just gonna take that. As I said before, we basically get 4 components from slamming this, or 4 bis components. You see there, two tank items, 4 echo from 2 components. Kinda crazy. And you also get this was something that people don't really think about, or is easy to miss, but is, you know, Thieves Gloves actually gives you crit and HP, so you get even more value than 2 items if you think about it, because the raw stats you get from the Thieves Gloves as well, so it's really good. And we got a Kiana, another Blitz here. I mean, it's a long do that we sell off this Nami. It's not really a carry you want this stage 4, right? I'm just reading my gold, but somehow we managed to hit a Twisted Fate headliner from 1 roll. Like, yeah, I'm just giga high rolling out of my mind here. I'm not even, you know, gonna lie. By the way, I don't think this is a bis Kian item. Why does she get like healing and, you know, Edge of Night? But hey, it's good enough, right? Who cares? You get some good kills at least. So that's a strong ribbon right there. Double GS. Yeah, that's pretty much the only thing that can kill my frontline, right? A GS plus a anti-CC plus a Radiant GS. Alright, that might even be able to get through my Blitz, right? The only counter. But here, you know what we're looking for. Crit Glove. I got 1 actually. Component Anvil is really good, because there's basically like no crit gloves left in the item pool drops on minion round. But I can still get the crit gloves from component anvils, because that's just, it's 4 components. So I basically have a 50% chance of hitting a sparing gloves. And yeah, we actually just hit one for free there, so that was really good. We got the 50-50 odds and we hit it. Very nice. And I'm just gonna slam a GS on, you know, what's it called? TF, because I really want free items on TF, so I'm gonna build my own items on him. Because if we have a TG, we have, you know, 2 items and 1 TG. If I build items on TF, I'm able to build 3 items. So we're gonna build that out on him, and basically for the other units, our random tanks, secondary carries, they're gonna get a TG. This way we get max value on our strongest carry, which is of course gonna be TF in this comp, right? So this is kind of a counter matchup, so this guy is actually going for Golden Egg as well, and displaying Heartsteel. So even though I thought like, oh, this is a giga win out, like no way anyone beats us. Yeah, this is the board that beats us, and it's basically for 2 reasons. He's able to stack Heartsteel and use up his, you know, board strength, get random items, random, what, you know, support items, whatever, gold. So he's gonna be able to stack that up. And then he also has Golden Egg, so I don't even have that over him. And lastly, Ezreal is just a counter to the Disco comp, because you really clump up in this comp, you have to position around Disco. But Ezreal, he uses ultis across my entire team like that. And yeah, he just gets a really good ulti against the Disco line, right? So kind of unfortunate that we're facing a lot of R-tier players, but can't really complain in this game, right? We're just gonna have to try to make something work. We'll see. So in this carousel, what am I looking at? Last item for TF, Nashers is goated. Probably going for that if I get the chance. If I don't, I'm down for Ginso, but Nashers is a bit better. Yeah, so pretty much BIS on TF, Shojin, Nashers, and a random, you know, damage item. Shojin and Nashor's always a really good item combo, as you probably know. I've been yapping about it a long time, and that's why I usually slam it. It's just because Shojin, you get mana from autos, Nashor's you get more attack speed, so you see how that correlates together, and then, you know, you cast more often, and Nashor's gives you more attack speed every time you cast, so it's just a broken combo, right? But then you just want a last damage item, which GS is fine, Archangels, you are Gauntlet, Death Cap, doesn't really matter, right? Any damage. So this is gonna be fine, right? So yeah, since we're just turbo stable, it's basically pretty much no reason for us to level or roll that much here. I'm gonna roll a bit to get something a bit more stable, so I can replace some of my worst units. Like get a random Sona, random Sigs, and then I'm just gonna send it to level 10, and we'll try to beat these Horsey players. Gonna be rough though. So I'm actually positioning my TF1 Hex to the left because I'm facing so many Akali players. We need to make sure he doesn't get one shot. It's most of our damage, right? And I think he would have get one shot if I put him in the back there, so that was kind of big. So on to this dragon right here. We're finally gonna sell this random Ahri I was playing for tempo, so I didn't have to roll. So I just had a random Ahri, pretty decent with TG Spellweaver, nothing special. But we're gonna want a TG rather on Sona than Ahri, because Sona is just a better unit, especially in this comp, right? So we're gonna move that item to Sona. Now we got a Shojin and Archangel on her. It's really nice. And since we're playing against these Horsey guys, I really want to try my best to declump, but at the same time keep my disco value. So we're gonna put the one disco to the left and one to the right, so we can spread out our team. This way Ezreal can't ult our entire team at least. So that's something. You see here, he only hit like a third of my team. Otherwise he probably would hit like, you know, half or maybe 70% of my team if I had my position like I had before. So it's actually the Radiant Blessing here, and I got really lucky. What can I say? I hit 2 TGs while we're playing Lucky Gloves. Like, yeah, that's not even fair. Like, I'm high rolling out of my mind right here. So yeah, we just got basically 4 bis items from that. Yeah, that's kind of crazy, not gonna lie. So I mean, this guy's also hard stealing it up, but we actually managed to beat him, so that's fun, right? Or did we even? Oh, what? No, we're chilling. I thought we lost there for a second, but then I remember Blitz alive, right? So we're slowly but surely sending it to level 10, and then we're gonna have to make up a board, right, with a bunch of different legendaries, but we'll see what happens then, right? But you see, yeah, this guy has infinite value. Playing Heartsteel with Binary is such a broken combo for him as well, because Heartsteel just gives you a bunch of items, components, horde items, worn items, like all crazy stuff. And Binary, if you have 2 items, then you will get another bis item. So yeah, he's just able to like binary everyone. So it's basically kind of the same like my board with my feed TGs, but he has binary instead of TG, right? So he has a giga cap board as well, I'm not even gonna lie. Hit Sona too, that's really nice. What we're really lacking in this comp is damage. Probably what I should have done now when I think about it is we probably should have gone for to maybe fit in gas somehow. I don't know if we could do it, but I feel like I have so many traits. Maybe if I played like random Lucian and the Bard for Dastra as well, maybe that could have been good. Get a lot of more damage and health from Yas. Maybe that could have been like a win out. Probably should have gone for that now, but I didn't see it from this angle. Well, it happens. What you gonna do, right? So onto this fight. This guy, yeah, he beat us last time, right? So let's see if maybe we can clutch it out. We got this Gargoyle on Blitz here. Maybe he can tank everything. Oh, we actually did. Yeah, we're gonna beat this guy. Oh, that's big. Boom. Here we go. Kian actually farmed 2 items even. So that's just a free war mogs right there. Don't mind if I do. Like, we didn't have enough items yet, right? But I'll take it. And we even get more from here. So we're just gonna roll first. So, you know, we gotta hit our roll down first before we think about items. Because we can slam items after, you know, the round is over, right? And we still be able to play it. So if you're in, you know, a hurry, always roll first and then slam your items when, like here, you know. Because you can still slam items when in the beginning of the fight, right? So that's why it's usually better to roll first, right? If you have like 1 HP and you need to go for everything, right? But thank you all so much for watching. If you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe for more TFT set 10 content. And I'll keep these videos coming out. But yeah, let's just watch this out. And sadly, it's a second. But peace out, everybody. Ciao.